Hello and welcome to Pitt State Esports. I'm Drake Miller here, joined by Easton Samanits. We have some more Rocket League for you guys today. Pittsburgh State facing off against Messiah Rocket League. Should be a pretty interesting matchup. Haven't seen much on Messiah, but their roster consisting of two captains being Yo I Am and Xander, both being Grand Champ 1. Just Drew as well as King 1est. I don't really know how Kingliest, sorry. Also, both Grand Champ 1, and then Mesvo at Champ 3 should see a good combination of those five players. And then on the Pitt State side today for the starting roster, it will be I Am Kolbs, Not Low, otherwise known as Logan, and North. So should be a pretty interesting squad. Frequently Jones is out for today. He will be replaced by I Am Kolbs, so we'll see how the chemistry might be a little bit different today for Pitt State. But Easton, we saw the MCEC match up last Thursday, and then we saw the NACE matchup last Monday. What do you think about the difference between these two teams? And we saw Kolbs participate in the MCEC competition. What do you think are some things that he should anticipate coming into the NACE competition rather than MCEC?
Well, I hope he can anticipate that it's a little bit faster, honestly, in the NACE division. We saw how fast kind of Not Low, Logan, North, and frequently all work together to get that ball up the field. And we do see a lot of triple commits from them a lot of times, which result in goals or, a big fumble on their part. But we expect to see a lot faster play is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, for sure. And Kolbs playing in that MCEC bracket, there was a little bit of miscommunication, lack of chemistry, if you will, with that trio being Kolbs, Buke, and Gimme. You could tell that those guys, they hadn't really played much together. Obviously, kind of just getting thrown in. Wasn't, a very well-scheduled match, I will say. And also anticipating an opponent that they didn't get. They got Rogers State rather than Northeastern State Oklahoma University. So just a lot of, variables that played into that MCEC bracket rather than NACE. But I think fitting into this, Jones is a key player as that support role, but I think that might be the easiest role that Kolbs can fit into. North and Logan usually are kind of the passing duo going back and forth. North unleashing some mechanics. He is obviously a very high skill ceiling, a very big, a very high accomplishment that he can achieve. And then Logan as well as North, very, very good and very mechanical, able to, maneuver around those defenses, get some passing plays going. And Jones usually playing that defensive role, that more passive support role. If he needs to, he'll step in, get a block, get a 50, and then let the rest of his team take the wheel. So I think for Kolbs, this could be very easy for him, but we'll go ahead and jump into game one. It is the names of the players are a little bit backwards on the graphics, so ignore that while we fix that up real quick. But Jayco, Drew, and Xander, and it looks like Jones will be in the game, I believe. Yeah, so Jones is in the game. Jayco blocked by Logan. Logan taking it down that right wall. And a quick 50 sends it over to the other side. Pitt State, I believe, is the orange team, yes. And a 50 at their net. Leaves the ball up high. On the right wall, Drew will chase. That's, I believe, Xander with the touch. It's a pass. Shot from Pitt State, blocked, and Logan goes for the double touch. No good. Blocked away by Drew. Past center. That's North. North sends it over to the right side. Jones went for the 50, won't get it. Xander now in the corner. Sent away by North. It'll be Drew taking over possession. Blocked by Logan. 50 heads to the net, and it'll make its way in after North finally taps it in.
Yeah, it was kind of just sitting there on the line right there. A great shot from, who was it? I think it was Frequently from the corner, or was it Logan? But we saw a great shot there, and then North coming out with the finish.
Yeah, great finishing blow from North. Logan had a good 50 on that left wall, just happened to end up off the corner and just barely trickling in. Messiah almost getting the save. Another shot from North will be double touched. And there's the mechanical skill we've been talking about.
Yeah, North, we love to watch his aggressive play style, and here it just shows that he does have that solo capability that, you know, a lot of players do need to exceed in this game, and he goes and shows it right there with that double tap.
Kickoff. Pitt State up 2-0. North goes for another shot. Blocked by Jayco, excuse me. Jayco goes for another. Logan gets a bump, and Jones from midfield scores the third goal for Pitt State.
Yeah, good air control there. As we talked about, a problem that Pitt State has is air control, and you know, a lot of the time Pitt State does kind of struggle with that, but this time they're kind of showing their air superiority over Messiah here.
Kickoff goes in favor of Pitt State. Logan from the ceiling goes for the double tap, and Jones is there, tries to put it away, and it won't go. Drew with possession now, looking for a 50 from North, won't get it. Logan sends it away. Jones. Upfield, Jayco taking it back. Sent away, back on the Pitt State side, and Messiah has to get something going. Down 3 early here in game 1. Jones going for the attack, gets the demo. Just Drew sends it up to Xander. Not there in time, gets the 50 with Jones. Logan bumped by North, a little double commit here, couldn't create an opening. Jayco attacks, it's blocked. Drew into the corner, and Logan sends it away. Good defensive effort, good recovery by Pitt State, and Messiah back on the defensive. They've got to get something going. Get the ball back on Pitt State side and can't give up possession, I'd say, from here on out. A minute remaining. Logan sends it over to the right. Anybody there from Messiah? Xander gets a little soft touch. Or actually, that was Drew. Jones with a 50. Up to North, goes for another touch. Jones off the back wall, gets a touch from North. And just barely rattles Drew, but not enough for them to get the goal in. Xander for the clear. He won't get it. Jayco misses as well. North with a nice touch. And North is playing out of his mind right now. And Pitt State looking very, very good chemistry-wise. And having some great chemistry here in game 1. 30 seconds remaining. And this game is just slowly slipping away from Messiah. North with a nice touch. Logan with the redirect. Gets a skim into the corner. North with a nice touch is to follow. Jones is up. And as the time ticks within 10, Pitt State's looking to claim game 1. It's a shot on net, but won't go off the post from Messiah. And that will conclude it. Game 1 goes in favor of Pitt State. We'll keep it up for a couple more seconds. North still showing off his mechanical prowess. Still keeping it up. Messiah maybe trying to get the momentum in their favor going into game 2. Nice touches there from Pitt State to keep it alive. And knocked down by Logan to finish off game 1. So Pitt State takes game one in this best of five. And this is the first time we've seen Pitt State start off strong in these best of five series this season.
And mind you, it was a very strong start. We saw, almost everyone on the team getting as much touches as each other, and a lot of saves from frequently as we see, and a lot of demos, shots, all of that. We just did phenomenal, especially North with that double touch he had and his air kind of prowess that he was showing off, like you said, his mechanical skill. And
Yeah,
then we look at Messiah's side, and they didn't have any touches at all, barely. They had very little touches compared to Pitt State, besides Xander, it looks like. Or they had a lot of touches. It's just they weren't really
we're
touches that
making
they
much
needed.
with it.
Yeah, it's they were either clearing it, or if they were messing with it, it was like a dribble that would get challenged early.
Yeah, looking at the shots dispersion, 12 shots to only three in comparison from Pitt State to Messiah. That was just a huge difference in, you know, what you are capable of even scoring. Pitt State putting on 3 goals and Messiah only getting 3 shots. I mean, you've got to be 100% if you want to even stand a chance. But here in game 2, we'll see if Pitt State can keep it rolling. Jayco gets in a little befuddle with Drew over in the corner. Sent over to Xander, who will pop it up. Nobody there to follow as North is there. A little bit of slower play from Messiah, and I think that's been the difference. Pitt State just able to put on the attack. North with a nice 50 right on the post. Won't go. Xander with a 50. Jones wins it. And now Drew will take over possession. Had a shot there, but Logan blocks it. Great touch there by Logan. Jones sends it up top for North. Could he get the other touch? Gets the pass to Logan. Won't go. Jones with a shot. Also won't go. North with a shot, and it finally falls.
Holy. You know what they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And they took what, like 5 there, just in that one little run back, right?
Yeah,
It's
every
crazy.
single player getting involved for the Pitt State roster, and they just riddled Messiah with shots there, and finally found a gap. And that's the thing, is whenever you're constantly putting the ball on net, eventually the other team is either going to run out of boost or get a little bit uncomfortable. An opening will be created, and that's exactly what Pitt State was looking to do, and they did it very, very well. Jayco with a nice clean 50, timing that perfectly, and that is much more difficult to anticipate than it might have looked. Drew, nice recovery on the wall. Logan will take it up. Jones looking for a 50, gets the shot, almost blocked in, and North will finish
Crazy.
again. That's 2 for North.
And also, that was just great placement from frequently too, putting it bottom corner, making it a tough save. It was right on the edge of Jayco's car, as we saw, but it was in such a perfect spot that it just hit the corner, and North was able to score off that.
Yeah, Jayco forced to save that ball and send his car just a little out of position. And Xander, the only one that could have really made that save, had to make a prediction, but North was just on it so much quicker than the rest of the Messiah team. He has been playing absolutely phenomenal today so far. I believe 4 goals already within the 2 games. Something we haven't really seen a lot from Pitt State, these hot starts. Jayco from the back wall will pop it up to North. North is there for a nice little touch. Drew goes for a touch, but it'll be sent away by Logan instead, who gets a nice little
Great
pass to North. And that little pop-up may have just messed up Jones, but he'll be there in time. Sends it over North to Logan, blocked by Xander. Lower progression down the field. Jayco gonna send it over to the right. Takes control. Jones is there to send Pitt State back on the offensive. Drew in the corner. 50 from Logan will be 1, and Pitt State keeping that offensive pressure up. Seems like Messiah just can't catch a break, and a centered ball opportunity for Pitt State to put it 3-0. Won't take it. I would say they'll be kicking themselves, but with the way they've been playing extremely strong. I don't see them losing this one either. A shot into midfield. Jones keeps the pressure alive. North's got to pull a quick Yui. Keep it on the blue side. Logan up. Air dribble.
Okay.
Gets bumped. Keeps it alive though, and North almost with the shot. Pitt State. This is easily the strongest and most chemistry we've seen them play with all season. Something must have changed, especially after playing those two Supersonic Legends from, I believe it was KMU, was it, if I am mistaken. Xander in the corner now. North to send it back to the corner. Jones is there after the clear. Not exactly the touch he was looking for. The shot blocked by Logan. He's not up in time. Jaco to start an offensive push. Nobody there to follow up on it. And Messiah just too slow. They've got to start getting a little more aggressive. Letting way too many opportunities pass by, and they're playing defensive. For Pitt State, with all those shots on net, it doesn't matter how defensive you play. Eventually, there's going to be an opening. Logan tried to get a little skim touch. Won't quite get there in time. Xander with some control. Pops it up. Logan. Send it back to the blue side. And this pressure has not ceased just yet. Drew up to North. North with a double touch. Almost knocks that one in for the third goal. Logan past center. Jones to keep the pressure. Drew pops it up. Jaco onto the orange side. Will be knocked down. Xander to keep it alive, and knocked down by Logan once again. Pitt State winning game 2 2-0. And this has been just so one-sided. Look at the shots. Messiah not getting a single one in game 2.
Yeah, like we said last game, it's they have about the same amount of touches, but it's just these touches are going nowhere, and we see by the shot count as well. They're not putting any on frame. Pitt State is taking advantage of that, and their kind of passive play that Messiah is kind of putting off right now, and they're just playing full aggression against them.
Yeah, just, I mean, riddling that blue net with shots. 10 shots to 0 in Pitt State favor. If you can't get a shot on net, you can't score. I mean, that seems like a simple concept, but Messiah has got to figure this out if they want to even stand a chance. But Pitt State playing absolutely phenomenally right now. I mean, like I've said it a couple of times already, this is the chemistry that we've been waiting for. We saw them play against those two Supersonic Legends. We saw the speed of play that they were capable of. And now it just needed to all come together, and we are seeing it right now against Team Messiah.
Yeah, it's like they listened to the advice we said when they just all that teamwork that they need, and they could have kept up with those Supersonic Legends if they just kept those teamworks. Because as we remember, they scored most of their goals off of like passing plays, a lot of these passing plays, and now we're seeing a lot of individual plays mixed with passing plays in here now. So it's just showing their individual skill and their teamwork capability.
Yeah, not to mention the demo count, just the same. Messiah's got to change just a little something up to try and bring this one back together. 2-0 is the score in this best of 5. 0-0's the score of game 3 as North sends it back down. Logan with the touch. Messiah just too slow to the ball. They've got to get there quicker. Xander to send it away, an open net though, but Jones there in time. Xander with a shot opportunity will just tap it mid. And now Pitt State back on the offensive once again. Chemistry coming together. Logan, great rotations. Xander Drew, to send it into the corner. Pass to North from Jones. And this is a little more threatening. And Messiah getting their first goal of the competition. here in game 3. 1-0's the score. And that was just a huge misplay by Logan.
Yeah, but this is what they needed. They needed to get a goal to, set their feet on the ground of this field, because they're just not playing to the aggression they need. Honestly, Messiah really needs to pick up their aggression, and that goal might just do it.
Yeah, and I said they got to change something up, and that something seems to be Kinglius stepping in place of Jayco, who just scored that goal. I didn't notice until he had scored, but that is a huge change that's looking in the positive direction already. Messiah still on the offensive right now, rotating much more cleanly. Kinglius with a shot on net. That's another one. Put it on the scoreboard. A demo there on North, or Logan, excuse me. Kinglius with another shot, blocked by North. Kinglius with Drew. And this team for Messiah seems to have just a little touch of more chemistry than the previous three-man squad we saw earlier. Xander with a nice pop-up. Drew with a shot. Kinglius to follow it. Knocks it down. Will Drew put it away? No. Off the backboard once again, and Pitt State to turn the offensive around. Kinglius sends it into the corner. It's a fast break on the Pitt State side. All three playing defense. Logan pops it off the ceiling. North with a 50. Goes back up. North to center. To Logan. Not there in time. He had no boost. Maybe going for a bump. Jones with a wide open net, though. Big mistake by Messiah, and they give up their lead just a couple minutes later.
Yeah, it looks like Xander didn't have any boost to get back there, and the net was just left wide open, as I think we saw Drew going flying by overhead.
Pick off from in Messiah's side. Jones going for a little touch redirect, won't go. I keep saying little. These touches obviously much more magnitude than just a little. But Jones flicks it over a opponent, being just Drew. Logan goes up the wall with it, pass to North. It's a pinch. Logan to take it back on the offensive, pops it up off the backboard. Kinglius is there. 1-1's the score. We'll see if Messiah can turn this series around. 50 from Logan and Drew, nearly resulting in a Messiah goal. Kinglius with some speed knocks the ball down. Drew for a 50, and nobody there to keep the pressure up. Logan is downfield. Jones gets demoed. That was
huge.
Short. And Xander puts it away in the top right angle.
Yeah, I think we saw a huge bump as well from Drew there, bumping frequently out of position too. That demo was perfect timed, and so was that bump, and just free open net because of that.
2-1's the score, 1:13 left. See if PSU can pull this back together. Kinglius. Another goal.
Kinglius swapping in must have been the answer, honestly. It's what Messiah has needed so far. It looks like the rotations have gotten 10 times better from those previous two matches, and how many shots they're putting on frame now is crazy.
And Kinglius with 2 goals now on his debut for the series. 1 minute remaining, and Jones pulls it back within 1. Awkward save for the Messiah squad off the Kinglius 50. And Jones touches it over the 2 defenders. Brings the score 2-3.
Pitt State still in this. They have a minute left to score, and they can obviously do it.
Minute left, like you said. Drew with a 50 on the PSU side. Xander going for a 50 as well. Won't go. North. Could he get a nice touch? He does, into the Messiah corner. Could Pitt State do it? Messiah playing it slow. getting a demo, and that is massive. North opening it up a little bit, but Messiah doesn't seem very phased. And excuse me for misspeaking earlier. I said it was a best of 5. It will be a best of 7. So even if Pitt State won this, they wouldn't have put away the series. They've got the touch off to the backboard.
Oh, there we go.
Set up.
Oh.
North was the only one there. Logan to keep it alive. Could he? North knocks it down, and Messiah takes game 3 in this best of 7 series. Messiah back within 1. And look at this, much better scoreboard on that blue side.
Yeah, you could see shots basically even. Score was basically even for all the players too. Touches, Messiah had a little bit more, and demos too. Is the demos they had were like those demos that Messiah did were goal scoring opportunities, and they took advantage of that. I think 2 of the demos they did were actually goals, in fact. So
yeah, all of those bars showing blue favorites, and that is just, I mean, that is picture perfect for Team Messiah. You want to be leading in all of those statistics to give yourself the best chance at winning. And you had, assists and score. Those things don't, not huge factors, but things, obviously goals, and then demos opening up the field so much more. North with the only demo on the Pitt State side, but Messiah, 6 demos, you're bound to open up for a couple of goals there. And Kinglius had 2 of them. That was just that was the difference maker so far. Kinglius bringing that team together like glue.
yeah, definitely we saw Kinglius with and the most points, obviously, because he scored the most goals, but he had the most touches too, as we saw there. And a lot of those touches were very precise and very calculated for his team to work with it too.
Yeah, Kinglius going for that early cheat. Had the bump. Xander with a little bit of an open net and a shot from Kinglius. This dude's on fire.
That was just, I don't know, like, did he pinch that off the wall? It was just a crazy powerful shot. No, just a big hit off the flip, I guess.
Jones almost there in time to save it. Gets a touch, but just not in time. Wow. What a difference maker this guy has made. Kinglius stepping in and dominating the pitch. North with a nice touch. Xander is there, and North, this last game, not seeing a lot from him like we did the first 2. Maybe, with the different roster, feeling a little bit uncomfortable. He's got to find his stride now. Logan with a nice touch. He's playing with some speed. Could he get it past Kinglius? He does. 1-1.
I think Kinglius there was just in an awkward spot. His car was kind of facing straight forward there. Backwards, actually, and, you can't really do much with that. Yeah, he kind of has to go up early for that, I think, right?
Yeah, wasn't really expecting that 50 to head right at the net, and it just happened to be unfortunate for Messiah, but Pitt State keeping themselves in it. North for the 50 midfield. Jones tried to get there. Xander had the speed. Drew with a nice touch, gets it past 1, but Logan was there, gets a demo, opening up the field. We'll see if Pitt State can make something happen. Xander to pop it up, gets a flip reset, makes nothing of it. Drew to send it back down to the Pitt State side, and it'll be batted away by Logan to slow things down. Kinglius with some time. Jones sends it midfield. Logan and North both there for the save. I think Logan would have been there had North not gotten a piece of it. Kinglius pops it off the wall. Great ball control. Could he take it all the way?
Oh,
he will not. Logan pinched with North. And it's back on the blue side. Kinglius with a nice fake. Jeez, that is dirty. Over to Jones, who's going to take control. Kinglius does get demoed. That could be one of the more beneficial players to demo from Pitt State. North headhunting. You saw him chasing Drew right there. He wanted a piece of him. Xander will send it off the wall. Kinglius pops it down, and he gets it past 1, but Logan. Great awareness, realizing he was getting past North and playing that net perfectly. Kinglius forced to pop it up to North. who will send it back to the blue side. Still a tie game coming down to the back half. 2:43 left. North on the other side. He kicks it off the wall. Xander playing a little bit better than he did the first two. Definitely showed up. North with a 50 midfield. Logan will send down to the blue side, setting it up for his teammates, but both playing a little more passively. North midfield. And these teams going back and forth. It seems like nothing is going to break these defensive strides. Great rotation efforts. You see Jones filling that gap as soon as North got beat on the attempted clear. And then you see Kinglius there to keep the pressure alive. These teams' rotations are just looking almost flawless. It's only the 50s that are managing to get past them. Jones clears it over to the blue side, but Xander was there. Down to Jones once again. See if Kinglius can kick it out. He won't. North keeps it in the corner. Logan pops it up. It'll be batted straight down. Awkward touch. Could somebody follow it up? No. Jones just a little too slow. Huge opening for Pitt State. Not able to capitalize on the potential lead. Taking goal. Logan. Great flip reset. Gets a bump. Opens up the net, but Drew there in time for North's shot. And wow, this has just been as fast-paced as you can make it. Both teams with a lot of opportunities to score and take the lead, but now down within 60 seconds. And PSU looking just a slight bit stronger, just a tad bit more consistent, both defensively and offensively. We'll see if they can find the opening. Gets a double bump from Logan. North shot just a little too weak. Won't make it in time. Jones with a shot. Won't go. Logan's there to keep the pressure alive. North with a nice block. And Xander down to Jones. Off the corner. Logan over to Drew. 20 seconds left. Could he make it happen? Need an opening here. Kinglius 1v2. North with a nice speedy attack. And it'll be popped over to Drew. Passing to Xander. Hits the back wall. 3 seconds left. North over into the corner. It'll stay alive. Jones just misses the slight touch. And overtime in game 4. Drew had a shot there. Jones makes it just in time. Xander with a shot. Logan's up for it. Some great car control by Logan. North over to Logan. Off the back wall. Jones to follow. Kingley is looking a little awkward. Doesn't really know what to do with this one. Still in the corner. North pops it over to that left wall. North once again will just miss that touch. This has been what seems like such a long game with all the shots. Demos, so much happening. Like time is moving in slow motion for these two teams. We'll see if they can find the opening. Drew there for the save. These guys are just playing impeccable defense. Jones is up. 12 boost. North there to recover. Could he get the double tap? No. Kinglius takes it center field. Gets a 50, and it'll be Messiah ball. Jones with a 50. North from the ceiling. Over to Kinglius. Logan pops it up. Little solo play. Could he make it happen? Oh my gosh, what a shot!
What? He faked, I think, he kind of faked that flip reset and did it late while he was like, his car was upside down on the ground, and it got the perfect amount of power just to get straight over one of their heads, straight into the back of the net.
What a shot from Logan. to put game 3 away. Pitt State 3-1 now. Incredible, an absolutely incredible game. I'm like speechless right now. Logan, 2 goals, Keglius with 1, and then the shot differential, I mean, it was pretty even. Obviously, some of those not registering as shots completely, but it seemed like such an even matchup. And then Logan gets it past all 3 defenders. Wow. What, I mean, gets the musty. I don't know if you would really consider that a musty, but it looked like one regardless. I mean, what else is there to say?
Crazy. I mean, Logan, I talked about last semester when we were streaming. He was just, I called him the clutch man of the team, and it goes to show that he is the clutch man of the team with that wonky flip reset thing he did, causing that goal and, you know, upsetting Messiah, you know?
Yeah, faking that flip reset, not getting the immediate touch, and then going to the ground with it, popping it back up, you know. You see, for the Messiah defenders, logically, if this guy's hitting the ground, he's taking it low. He's not going to be able to get it high enough, ideally, for them. He's not going to be able to get it high enough to where they can't react to it. But the Musty just pops it straight up into that upper 90, and what an incredible shot. Could not have placed it much better. I don't know if it was luck. I don't know if it was skill. Maybe a combination of both. But regardless, Logan showing up and showing off. We saw North in the first 2, and now it's Logan's show. Jones, could he finish off the series of 7?
Possibly. I mean, he's obviously one of the pillars in the defense of Pitt State, making those quick rotations of the quick decisions on defense, but he also is great at passing too, and we see a lot of passing plays and shot opportunities made by frequently.
Yeah, so we are going to head into game 2 of today's, or excuse me, match 2 of today's broadcast. So it will be at 8 o'clock, so here in about 25 minutes. Stay tuned for that, but that will be it for this matchup from me and Easton. We will see you guys here after a couple of minutes. Go take a break, get something to eat, and be right back on Pitt State Esports.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory, yeah. Don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring, I just want a life that is worth every day exploring,
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 yeah.
This is a statement to appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement, yeah. There's no replacement for persistence, it's a patience, yeah. In this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring. And I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Pitt State Esports. We've got match number 2, George Mason University against Pittsburgh State. A little bit of a change up here for Pitt State's roster. Frequently Jones, we said this for the match 1. I was mistaken. Apologies for that. But Colbs will be stepping in for Frequently Jones here in match 2. It should be the same roster outside of that, though. For George Mason, on the other hand, they've got 4 players that they can rotate in and out. It looks like Bren or Perks. That could go either way. Don't know which username they will be using, excuse me. Sylv and Parzi, as well as Jarmuni. I don't really know how to pronounce that. I really hope that is a little bit more simplified in in their username. But should be a pretty good matchup. The George Mason roster, looking across it, averaging around Grand Champ 2. So you can expect about similar play as Pitt State endured in the previous match. But Easton, we saw the victory over Messiah. What'd you think of that? I mean, Pitt State looking phenomenal right now.
Yeah, Pitt State, Logan, at the end, we saw him doing really good. And North, at the beginning of those matches, when they were playing RCO, I think was his name, Kingsley, or King getting subbed in really helped out Messiah. But Pitt State just was very great on the aggressive side, putting so many shots on net. And then at the end, they picked it up on defense too. And we're all working together as a team. It seemed like they were just having really good communication and flow of what they needed to do.
Yeah, Pitt State rotation-wise, I think we only saw one double commit, or at least one that I pointed out. And then outside of that, looking nearly flawless, truthfully. The goals scored, obviously, just, great placement from Messiah. They got that one game in overtime as well. So Pitt State forcing the overtime. I mean, this is just some of the best gameplay that we've seen from them this year. And getting their first victory over Messiah, they were 0-2 so far. So getting that, I think, might be a good momentum change in the obviously positive direction, and start on the uphill climb for the remainder of the season. But against George Mason, if they play the same way, I mean, obviously you got the substitution in Kolbs, and we saw him play in the MCEC matchup last Thursday. But I think Kolbs has that skill to easily fill that gap. It's just going to be a difference in chemistry and whether or not those rotations stay consistent, or if Kolbs being thrown in there, I don't think it'll be necessarily his fault, but could throw in a little bit of a barrier when it comes to communication and just overall synergy. But what would you expect, Easton? You saw Kolbs play last Thursday. What do you think he'll fit into this roster pretty nicely?
Kolbs was definitely the more aggressive player on that MSEC team, and I think going into this, he will fit right in. He'll just need to get kind of used to how they rotate. Their communication is going to be the biggest part. They're going to need to learn how to communicate with each other and efficiently get where they need to be, to get those rotates in and to get those passing plays, and that's just that teamwork that they need.
And it looks like the starters for GMU will be Perks, Sylv, and Parzi. So the name I could not pronounce will not be active in today's matchup, so lucky me. But best of 5 series, once again, we've got our first players joining the match now. Kolbs, Logan, and North versus Brendan, Z, and Top Kid. So game 1, to start things off, a clean slate between these two teams. We'll see if Pitt State can keep the momentum moving. Starting early
Crazy
in
shot
North.
just off the bat.
That looked like I went quiet there for a second, just trying to get a feel for the game. North not giving me any time to respond, puts one over the MU defense.
I don't even know what happened there. I guess it was just they were in bad spots to even react to that shot. North with the fast, kickoff goal. So,
Brendan's now back to play a little defense on that orange side. PSU being on the blue side, a little bit of a change up from the previous match as they were on the orange team. But now North with a shot. It's going to hit that back wall. Pass to his teammates. Logan with a shot.
Nice.
And Z not there in time. This Pitt State team already looking stronger than ever.
Yeah, just right off the bat, we're seeing those passing plays and that kind of execution that we expect from North and Logan. We haven't really seen much of Kolb's yet, and I'm expecting to see, a bright future for him.
As he
Here we go
rocking
with a
that.
perfect touch.
Oh yeah, great touch there from Kolbs, and Kolbs
And
is
it's-
there.
I didn't even need to elaborate. He already just showed it off here. He tries passing it down to Logan, and North instantly passes it to Kolb. So we can see they already have kind of the communication they need here.
Yeah, what? I mean, this is outstanding. I really thought, at least to start things off, Kolbs would throw a little bit of a block in this chemistry, but it seems like these guys have been playing forever with the way that they are playing right now. Kolbs starting off strong, already has a goal. And now GMU has got to get something started here and get it started quickly. They're down 3-0 in game one. Kolbs backing off. Z gets a flip reset, but no dice. Logan's there to save it. Kolbs with a nice touch off the ceiling. Logan gets a bump. North goes for the attack, but now Top Kid with the fast break. Pass to Z. Shot off the crossbar, and North takes over. Pass to Kolbs. Logan's up, and it'll be over to Brendan. Z off the backboard gets a double touch. Nothing comes of it. Now Logan's up. All the way to midfield, and Z will take over. Pass to mid or center. Nobody home, as Logan would have beat anybody to that ball. Just that presence. And we talk about, the difference in high-level play. It's not as much about hitting the ball and hitting it where you want to as much as it is about leaving a presence on the field. As long as you are there and contending the ball, you're going to be able to make the same amount of plays as if you were to be able to just touch it and put it in place for your team. Kolbs down the side wall, no good, and it'll be hit back into the corner as North pops this one up, goes for the double touch, no good. We saw him hit a couple of those earlier in match number 1 against, I keep forgetting Messiah. It's not been that long. Come on, Drake. Top Kid with the block. Kolbs will tap it back midfield, and North there to contest. Too slow was Top Kid, and far down for North's second goal of the game.
Yeah, North looking like he was already setting up for that, awkward touch from Kid there, and he just places it perfectly to where it hits down bar straight into the net, and you can't save that. It was too hard of a hit. It went bar down, you don't even expect it to go bar.
Yeah, Brendan just not there in time. Was in net, but I mean, that's just not an ideal one that you're looking to save, especially with the position he was in. Kid will pop this up. Logan looking for his teammates. Kid with some nice control. Pops down. Logan goes for a double touch. Won't get it. And Kolbs was there to keep the pressure. And a bad hit off the wall. Keeps the ball on the orange side. Logan's there. Pops down. It'll go straight down in front of net, but not if Brendan has something to say about it. Pass the Kid. Oh, go ahead.
Pitt State, is really just, we've seen them touch the ball a lot more offensively, and now we're seeing GMU kind of try and get into that hold that they need, to get these touches. But Pitt State really just showing their aggression as usual, and showing it off the bat. Yeah,
and this is just not a position you want to be in. 1 minute left, and you're playing a 4-goal catch-up. Just seems so out of reach, and you don't want to start saying, hey, get ready for game 2, but as Logan sends a dagger into the back of the orange net for goal number 5. Logan and North with 2 goals, and Kolbs with 1 of his own. All the teammates getting involved.
I think Z missed that clear, and it just kind of messed him up there. He tried clearing it off the backboard and just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, and I think GMU saying, hey, you didn't give us a warm-up game. You guys had a whole series. We didn't have any time to warm up, but after this game, we hope to see a little bit more of a contention from them. But PSU just running this field right now. Kolbs with a nice little whip there. Won't cost him too much, though, as he hits this one over to the right side. Shot on net. Z's bumped in. What a bump by Kolbs. Save that goal. Oh my goodness. This seems like no matter how hard GMU tries, they just can't get anything to fall. Or North with a nice touch there. Good setup for his teammates, and Z sends it over to Kid, who will send it down to the blue corner. And Kolbs, awkward touch, sends it away over to Logan. Brendan to keep the offensive. North bats it down to the orange side. He's there. Could he score this one? No. Kid with some nice speed. And PSU will take game one 5-0. And you heard that correctly, 5-0. Wow. What a game for Pitt State.
You know, Kolbs did come in there and he put some work in. We saw a little bit of mistakes like that last net, but he more than made up for it with a save, I would say. Yeah, their cohesion as a team just really shined there. And we, like I was talking about before, North and Kolbs were really showing off their passing skills, and Logan was also in there. Of course, Logan always being the man to, you know, usually score the last goal of the last game. But yeah, Pitt State really just showing their, you know, that they got that dog in them, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, substitutions aside, they look just as clean as they did in the first matchup.
Yeah, Kolbs, for sure.
We talked about, you know, that was the big discussion, whether or not he's going to fit into this Pitt State roster, but he fits like a glove into this roster. I mean, outscoring Logan in score alone, not saying much, but still, you know, staying active. He's not playing that passive, you know, goalie type role that you would do for somebody who just steps in and might not have the same kind of click with your team. But wow, what a performance so far. Game one, PSU 5, GMU 0. They got their warm-up game. We'll see if anything changes. Kolbs gets a clean kickoff there, not the start you're looking for GMU. But good Z get this down the field. It'll be in Logan's possession, but Brendan takes it away. North with some nice speed in the corner. A shot potential, and Brendan puts away goal number one. Only 19 seconds into game two, and GMU has a lead. That warm-up game.
Yeah, like you said. Yeah, like you said, they got that warm-up game, and now they're like, oh, we're ready to go. We're gonna score some goals, and right off the bat, you know, first minute they score one.
Yeah, first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
They score one, just asserting that, hey, you're not going to get another beatdown like that. We're here to stay, but this guy is crazy. He sends it into the back of the net only 10 seconds later. Not even 8 seconds.
Maybe they do need a little bit of more warm-up. Who knows? Pitt State, obviously, just with that aggression right there. I mean, what could they do? They were all three back. It was just so much going on. You know, Pitt State taking advantage of that, you know.
Kolbs goes for a bump there. Logan with a nice fake. And Pitt State getting comfortable now. Tied it up. Not playing that catch-up game anymore. North up for the 50, and that will just trickle in the net. Z with the goal now.
I don't know if he really went up for the 50 there. I mean, he went up for something.
Yeah, and had North gotten that 50, I think it would have gotten, you know, at least given Logan a chance to clear that ball. But maybe just feeling a little too comfortable after that 5-0 win. Time to dial in for Pitt State. Kolbs goes for that one. He'll get beat to it. It'll be in possession of North, who will pass it away. Kid keeping the offensive pressure on the back wall. A setup for Z, but he just elects to back off. Doesn't want to triple commit too hard. I think he would have had at least a 50 had he gone. But that is, I mean, that's hard. That's a hard read. Z off the wall. And now Brendan midfield. We'll send it over to the right side, and now back to the left for Kolbs. Logan's there to back it up after Kolbs gets beat. And North with the shot, keeps it on the wall. Pass midfield. Kid's there to bat it away. And now Z takes possession. It looks like a triple commit by Pitt State. Are they back in time? They are. North with a save. And Brendan will get a 50 to keep it on the blue side. Z with a
There we
shot,
go.
and that'll be his second goal of the game. GMU up 3-1.
Yeah, like I said on the last game we just watched, if you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and they put 3 on the net right there, and eventually it just went in.
Yeah, they had probably 5 earlier on that push about a minute ago, but now, putting 3 more on net, you feel like one's got a fall. But Logan keeping it within 1, just keeping the Pitt State roster in contention here. What a shot! What an angle! In the top left 90.
It's a give and go relationship here for GMU and Pitt State. I mean, they're just, here's a goal, you can have this goal, right? I mean, here it goes. Hopes with a great kickoff, though.
It sounded like Oprah Winfrey, everybody gets a goal.
Yeah.
But Logan down the field with Brendan, looks for the 50. Brendan's a little too quick. Gets it past both the Pitt State defenders. Kid with a nice slow touch, almost got it past Colbs, but he keeps his car under control. D now with a chance, gets cleared by North. Logan goes for another touch, won't get it. And now Kid gets bumped. Logan, with a nice touch. Colbs will send it down midfield. Is anybody there to put it away? North with a 50. It's headed back to the Pitt State net. Looks like it's just a little bit off. Logan with a nice 50 in his own corner. They've got to get it out and on the offensive. Only 2 minutes left. It is up in the corner with Logan, and GMU with all the possession in the world, just giving up those 2 easy goals to PSU. I mean, had they not, they would be in complete control of this game as Kid gets one of his own, and now everybody on GMU is getting involved.
Yeah, you were talking about touches, and so far, definitely GMU has had the most touches. We've seen them at the beginning, they were kind of slow, but now it seems like they're so aggressive towards the blue side, and putting these touches on frame or just in a general area where they can get a shot off, and Pitt State is just having a hard time dealing with that.
Yeah, not afraid of sending that third man and getting back quickly as well. I joked about the warm-up game thinking, hey, this is looking like Pitt State's just gonna roll through this series, but now not so much. But they keep themselves in it. North with a goal there keeps it at 1.
We saw
3-4.
Clean little wave dash from Logan to center that ball, and it kind of just got right past, I think it was Kid who was in net. North being able to finish that off, or was it Colbs?
Well, I think North finished it off, but Kid was hustling back, trying to pinch that off the wall, just wasn't there in time. The wave dash from Logan just getting it past him. Huge play there for Pitt State. Just over a minute left. Could they do it? They only need 1. That's not a tall task. After scoring 5 in game 1, you'd think that they'd keep this within their grasp. And what a touch! Logan with the redirect! What a shot!
Crazy passing play. All 3 of them involved there too. I mean,
and look at that, Logan. This is the 50. But hey, I got confidence in my team. I'm going to stay downfield in case they need me. And in fact, they did. Just under a minute left, and it's all tied up at 4s. Nice 50 midfield. Great 50 by Logan. They'll give up possession, though, to Z. Holmes with some nice speed. Could he keep it on the back wall? It'll be up to North. Or actually, Logan, he's there first. North now with the rotation. Logan to turn things around. Keeps it up in the air. D takes it off the wall. Colbs was there, didn't quite get the touch. And now North to try and keep the pressure up. And it turns over into the blue side. It gets a bump. North with the clear. Colbs is downfield. Could he make a nice redirect? Passes it to North with a fake. Don't know if that was intentional or not. That may have been a very beneficial touch missed by North. And now Logan with some possession. Pops it off the corner. 3 seconds left. North keeps it up. It's over on the orange side. You're going to want to keep this alive as much as possible if you're Pitt State, and they do not. Overtime in game 2.
Yeah, it's crazy playing we've seen so far. Again, Logan with that clutch goal that they need towards the last, I think it was 40 seconds, 30 seconds. And, you know,
Right.
Pitt State really starting to show their, you know, teamwork compatibility, especially with that last goal they had. Logan going up now, too.
Brendan had a nice pass midfield early to Kidd, but was not able to capitalize on it. DMU with a lot of possession here and a lot of control, getting a bump on Logan. They could have kept the pressure up, but North was there in time. He predicted they weren't going to read that bump. Hopes to keep the pressure up, pops it up midfield to Logan, who's going to back pass it to North. He pops it up again, and now they just turn over possession. Pitt State kind of, you know, I don't want to say giving it up to them, but that's almost exactly what they did there. They got to regain possession quickly, then it into overtime, and Logan goes for a little push. North centers it up. Holmes unable to capitalize on it. An awkward save knocks it down. Logan with the clear. And now the ball will be back on the Pitt State favor as North sends it away into the orange side. Golbs off the back wall. North with a shot saved by Brendan. Logan now getting hunted by Brendan. Gets sideswiped, controls the car, but Golbs was there in time. North now, a nice touch, heads over to the back wall of the orange team. That's GMU. Golbs was there. Logan with the shot. Won't go. Wow, just back and forth action. Both of these teams playing phenomenal defense and offense, turning the ball over back and forth. Not able to find an opening just yet. Logan had a chance at a redirect there from the pass from North. And now Z gets it past one. Holbs to keep the pressure alive. Logan could have a 50 opportunity here. He'll take it over on that blue side wall. Brendan pops it up. Nobody home. And Logan with the clear. He's going to take possession of 50 on the orange side. Gets a demo. And Z to keep it off the wall. It's stalled in front of the net. Misses all over the place. Everybody panicking. And wow. Opportunity missed. North bumps Logan, his own teammate, over onto the other wall. And Golbs with a nice touch. This is just been the longest game ever, it seems like. 2:46 into overtime. We saw 4 goals, averaging 2 goals a minute. And Z finishes it off. Bottom left. Oh, and
Good shot by Logan.
Own goal by Logan. Oh, and he's gonna be kicking himself after that. Wow. What a way to finish it.
We talk about him always scoring the last goal, and it just goes to show he does, you know.
Yeah, whether or not it's for his own team or the opponent team. 5-4, the final score of Game 2. Team U keeping the series alive 1-1. Wow, I mean, this is the series we've been looking for. Messiah unable to kind of keep it within one. GMU getting one right after PSU gets one. 5-4. I mean, look at this save, the saves chart. PSU playing so much more defense and GMU having the same amount of shots or just one less. It didn't show. They seemed just as strong as Pitt State. But demos, I think that's the biggest factor, Easton. Tell me about demos.
Demos are like usually a make or break situation. A lot of the time we see in the last games, we saw a lot of demos that were just goal scores because once they demo that goalie and then they got a bump on one of the other teammates, it was just in the net and there's nothing they could do about it. And we saw it here a little bit too with crucial demos on like Holbs, and I think the other demo was on North, to where they just kind of weren't able to get back in time and it caused goals.
Yeah, just opening up that field. We talked about that in match number 1. Demos just, it leaves an open space. Every player is assigned, or I say assigned, but you know, covering a third of that field defensively. When you get a demo, that third of the field is open. Somebody's got to fill the space, and that's a lot of space to fill when it's a 2v3. Start things off. PSU on the offensive. Brendan looking a lot cleaner in these last 2 games. Didn't really show much in game one. Kid gonna pop it up, not quite get the clear he may have wanted. Holmes with a nice touch into the corner. Logan's gonna pop it out midfield for North, not there in time. We'll be back on the Pitt State side now as they regain themselves. Brendan gonna make a quick push. Logan with the clear. North sending it back onto the orange side. Brendan will pop it up onto the blue side. Z with a double tap in. It won't be there in time for Logan. What a goal.
Yeah, I think we saw this double commit kind of. We were talking about that earlier, how double commits are kind of the make or break as well, besides demos, when we saw that double commit, and it kind of just threw off the balance, and Logan could not get back. He didn't have enough boost to get to the net, and it just results in a goal.
Yeah, throwing off the balance, I don't think there's a better way to describe it. It's similar to a demo. You know, you talk about rule of thirds whenever it comes to, you know, covering your portion of the field. When you double commit, that leaves one man with the whole field to cover. And wow, Z dominating the pitch right now.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say there. I think Holmes kind of had that, tried to go for that early challenge, and he just couldn't get to it fast enough. We flinging right past that ball and leaving Logan behind, and North was already at the end of the stick, you know.
Yeah, you know, we saw such a strong series from Pitt State in the previous matchup against Messiah, but GMU now, you know, gave that first game, and it seems like they downloaded the data of Pitt State and figured out exactly what they needed to do to stop them. Logan going for another flip reset. That was deadly. That was the dagger to put away the series against Messiah. North now in the corner will be taken over by Brendan. Goes for an awkward touch, but Kid will get control. Brendan pops it down mid. Z for his third goal. Gets blocked. Brendan with a redirect. Kolbs is in net. North with a nice clear. Z pops it up. Brendan with the shot. Upper left 90. Not there. Off the post. North tries to clear. Blocked by Kid. Kolbs will send it away. 50 with Z. Kolbs keeps control. Could he center it? Not enough. Kid was there if he centered it, so I don't think it would have been a successful push regardless. But Pitt State losing their mojo a little bit here in matchup number 2. 1-1, down 2-0 in game 3. We saw them give up a reverse sweep earlier on in the season. But North, wow, I mean, I thought that was the opponent the way that he was playing, and that goal was wide open. What a shot.
Yeah, I don't even know what that was. He just got just a perfect little small touch to where it would get right top corner. And what can you, like, again, what can you, I always say this, but like, what can you do to save that there? I mean, you have to be, he was on the back other left side corner, and he just cannot get to that. Z already going up for another hat trick, though. Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, Z really showing out today, especially in the last 2 games. Kolbs with a nice redirect shot won't go. Both Kid and Brendan were there, so if it got past Kid, who did get the save, I don't think it was making it to the back of the net. Logan's here. He's going to send it away. We'll see if Pitt State can capitalize on this offensive opportunity. Had that been on net, I don't think it would have been an awkward save for Kid. We've seen awkward saves and how GMU faces up against them not insanely well. After that North air dribble into the upper 90. Logan's up for this. Hits it down to the orange side. Nobody there to follow. Kolbs will send it back. Gets a touch, trying to pass mid. North is there with the speed. Gets the touch. Brendan, a little bit of a lackluster touch on the clear. We'll keep it on the orange side. DMU playing a lot of defense after that North goal, and Kid barely getting that half flip save. That's where those mechanics come in play. Huge play there from Top Kid. Keeping the game in, or keeping GMU in the lead. Nice shot. I can't find my words. Z almost grabbing that hat trick there in the bottom right corner. North goes for a touch to send it mid. Won't quite get it there. Logan now with some opportunity, goes for a ceiling shot, no good. Blocked away by Kid. Kolbs downfield. Logan's gonna pop it up. His teammates both rotating back after that three-man commit. I wouldn't say it was a triple commit, but they sent the three, and wow, missed by Kolbs. And I think that might just do it for GMU to grab game 2. North misses that on the flip. Kolbs just not up in time. Brendan grabs the second, or his second, or no, wow, I just can't speak right now. Grabs the third goal of game 3. 1-3 is the score. We'll see if Pitt State can turn things around quickly. It's going to have to be quick. Ooh. And Kolbs with a nice double touch there. See his mechanical abilities showing off there. And 5 seconds left. This will be it for Pitt State in game 3. Ball touches the ground. Your winner, GMU. 2-1 is the series score. Now let's go ahead and look at those stats once again, Easton.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, again, Brendan with a lot of touches. Z showing off, honestly. And Top Kid on the more defensive side with his 4 saves. They were just playing phenomenally as a team, and they were getting caught off of their rotations. Kolbs kind of doing a little bit of double committing and ball chasing. Not really, and it kind of threw up the tempo of Pitt State in a sense. And, you know, the touches, the amount of touches, Pitt State had all these touches, but a lot of them, like I said, were either clears or kind of just, you know, petty, kind of useless touches going nowhere with it. But with GMU, they made it count, you know.
Yeah, and I think something that, looking into game 4, you know, being down 2-1, this is series point. GMU wins this game. Pitt State's done for this series. I think one change that could make or break this series is demos. We saw GMU in game 2 take all the demos in favor of them and then take game 2 as well. Pitt State has the chance, you know, if they get just a couple more, open up that field a little bit more, get some bumps, get some demos. That's what we saw against Messiah in games 1 and 2, and they dominated. I hope I see it again. But North now, quick attacks. Z will keep it under control on that orange side here in the start of game 4. A shot on net will be redirected by North and back onto the orange side. Logan with a fast break chance here. Kolbs off the back wall, saved by Kid. North will keep it a little awkward for GMU. Logan with a nice save. Keeps the scoreboard clean. And a little bit, you know, slow and methodical is what I would call this GMU play so far in game 4. You know, we're only a little under a minute in, but it seems like their rotations are clean. It's smooth. They're keeping it under control, not overextending by any means. You've got the 1-game lead, and this is series point. If all goes wrong, you just resort back to normal here in game 5. A great save there. I didn't really credit it enough by North. Pinched it out of the net. And now you see Brendan chasing that demo. That has been the difference maker in one of those games, game 2. He gets a hold of a couple of demos. I can only imagine what kind of havoc GMU is going to wreak. See them taking control over onto the blue side, onto PSU side. They're playing defense. Logan just barely misses that save. I think he may have gotten a little bit of a baby touch to redirect it, but regardless, almost looked like it wasn't enough there for a second. Z's up, passes to Kid, who gets the 50, and over into the PSU corner as Logan will send it left. Kolbs, he's there. Has no boost, though, unfortunately. Will not be able to make a play on that ball. Used it all trying to get to it. And Z with a nice flip reset, cleared by North. Great rotations from this Pitt State squad. Keeping the defense alive. And keeping the scoreboard clean, like I mentioned earlier. North gets a 50 on the GMU side. And wow, Logan predicting the plays of these GMU players. Z's up for it, passes it mid to Brendan, had an opening there. That was a little bit sketchy for GMU. Pops it away from Logan, and now North keeps the offensive alive. Pops it up. Kolbs is there. All three are downfield. Z goes for the clear. And Logan keeping with the 50s. And PSU either going even or winning almost every 50, it seems like, as Logan takes to the sky. Goes for the double touch off of the GMU player. It's a wide open net, but Brendan has no boost. Can't get to that ball in the air, and he'll like to take it off the wall. But it'll head back to the GMU side, back over on the PSU side now. Quick turnaround for George Mason. North will send it into the left corner. D with a nice clear. He's got it all the way downfield. Saw a full field air dribble there. Very impressive from Z. He has really shown off what mechanical abilities he is capable of in these last 3 games. Just over a minute left. And GMU has, both teams yet to find an opening in either defense. North had a shot there. Z unable to capitalize on the pass over to him on the wall. North will send it back over to the orange side. A 50, leaves the ball up in the air. North is there, but Z with some nice speed. Logan back on the blue wall. Touches it to the ground. GMU unfazed by that movement. And now it'll go back to their side. Back on the Pitt State side, back and forth. A little tennis match here between these two teams. North with a clear. Down within 10 seconds. Kolbs gets a touch. Will they keep it alive? Logan touches it to the ground. Kolbs popped up. It's got to stay off the ground, but Kittle bat it down. And overtime 0-0.
I mean, what can you say here? Z, oh my gosh, Z already going up for this ball. I mean, they're just showing they're more playing defensive, and then when they are aggressive, they're kind of just not really committing to that aggressiveness as we've seen Pitt State do. And I think they just need to, play calm and great save by Logan.
Brendan had the demo there, and Logan making a clutch save with the open net. Wow, incredible. But like you were saying, just, not finding that opening, and both teams playing outstanding defense. Right as I say that, Brendan punches one in for the final goal of the series. Pitt State unable to hang on to that 1-game lead. And they give it up to GMU, who takes 3 straight on Pitt State. Wow. I mean, Z is just showing off in those 3 wins.
Yeah, they kind of, I feel like GMU really intentionally tried to slow that game down to kind of force Pitt State to kind of play slower is what it looked like. And forcing them to play slower kind of made their movements a little less, comprehensive between each other. And we saw a bunch of mistakes from like Kolbs and North and Logan, just a little minor mistakes on these rotations or just how their car is placed. When in reality, if they were playing fast and more spontaneous per se, we would have seen a lot more better quick decisions from Pitt State. I think they're good on quick decisions, but not overarching decisions.
Yeah, I think, we talked about this after the loss last week. Sending the third man and doing it, timing it correctly is such a difficult feat. And also, with the new meta being ball chasing and demoing, Pitt State not taking advantage of that. GMU, doing their best. But Brendan, you saw that demo almost leading to that overtime goal by Z. Logan, with an amazing save, but you can't count on that every single time. So Pitt State goes 1 for 1, or 1 and 1, excuse me, 1 for 2 on the day in matchups, series of 5. But you know, they look a little bit stronger. You had Kolbs. He looked really, really strong in game 1, but then it looked like all that communication that was looking so positive just dissipated.
Yeah, I think you worded it very well, where I think they kind of panicked in that second game where they scored that first goal and then they got one, but then, you know, GMU comes back and gets that second goal. And I think it just threw the balance off there, especially when we were talking about those demos, were kind of putting them in off positions and having to make that decision to go back to net or to challenge it early, especially when someone's down and demoed. It's kind of hard for Pitt State.
Yeah, definitely. You know, talk about the value of each player on the team, whether or not, you know, that person is excelling or whatever, you know, carrying that presence on to their side of the field or into their role, whether they're pushing the ball first, second, or even third. Just, you know, what a difference it makes whenever you're missing that guy, whether it be a double commit or a demo, whatever it may be. You got to have all 3 players on the field and try and keep them on the field as much as you can. But that will conclude it, our broadcast for Pitt State Esports today. Thank you guys for watching this Rocket League doubleheader. I honestly hope we have a couple more like this. Makes the broadcast have a little more content. But thank you guys for watching on Pitt State Esports, and I hope to see you guys next time. We've got a couple more games. Smash Bros on next Sunday, so stay tuned for that. But we'll see you next time.